Welcome to the Georgia Air Taxi Learning Task. This is it, the last task for the unit. In this task is very similar to working with that food web from the Okefenokee task. You'll be looking at connections between cities, and unbeknownst to many travelers, pretty much every network of connecting routes, whether it be by train, car, bus, airplane, is designed based on the work of a route matrix. So as we look at it, Dalton only goes through Atlanta. You're not going to leave Dalton and go straight to Augusta. Again, there's a hub here at Atlanta, just like there's one at Macon and Waycross. Augusta. Waycross is kind of more of a passing through. As you can see, people don't necessarily go through Dalton based on this image, because Dalton leaves Atlanta and you can only go from Atlanta back to Dalton. But again, this is the Georgia Air Taxis task. And so you're not necessarily going to see other companies who might actually go from Albany straight to Dalton. This is just Georgia Air Taxis. I don't know if you ever pay attention to the billboards in Atlanta. Well, sometimes Southwestern or Delta might say, we now have a new route to Tennessee. Well, the company who's posting that billboard never had that route, where their competition probably did. So then they're appealing to a new group of customers to say, hey, you can come work, you can come do business with us now, rather than only going from, let's say, Atlanta to New York by Delta. And then if you needed to go to Tennessee, you would always take Southwestern. Well, now you can go to New York by Delta and Tennessee, because they're adding that link or that route to their, I don't know if they would call it in the business world, but let's just say to their route matrix. The same kind of theory is behind the arrows in the route matrix. If you ever see a circle going around, that means that you could go you could leave Columbia and come back to Columbia. For some people, they might say, well, why would you get on a plane and go around in a circle and just to come back? Well, it kind of makes sense to a lot of people who've been on cruises. With me being from South Florida, I know that sometimes I would, what could you say? I would go on a cruise where it was kind of like we would go out to sea and then return back to port later that evening. To a lot of people, that might be like, why are you wasting your time? Why are you wasting money? You didn't go anywhere. But it's just the experience sometimes of going on a cruise ship, or being able to go to the casino, or being able to go to the shows, or being able to be out on the water. That's kind of worth the while. But other than that, they want you to find the square, and then they also want you to find the cube of a matrix. And if you remember the video from the Okefenokee task, squaring a matrix, whether it be a digraph or a route matrix, shows the two steps, more like saying, if I go back, this again is the squaring. I can go from Albany to Atlanta to Dalton, or Albany through Atlanta to Augusta, or Albany through Atlanta to Macon. That's squaring. Cubing it would be something like Dalton, Atlanta, Macon to Waycross. Okay? If you have any questions, please be sure to ask your online teacher.